You've always been a super achiever. Was it difficult for you to find out I had LDs, and how did you deal with that?
Well, I'm not so sure about how much of a super achiever I've been. I don't think of myself as a super achiever. I think I've done well. I've worked hard, and I'm proud of that.
How did you deal with me when you? How
Well,
did you?
it doesn't, when you have a child, you don't deal with the child. You have a child, and I didn't say, "Oh my God, here's a young boy with learning difficulties." I just didn't say that. I said, "Here's a child that his mother and I love, and we want to make him happy. We want him to be successful, and let's get on with it."
How did your life change raising a child with multiple health issues in addition to the learning differences?
Well, the first 5 years of your health difficulties was just preoccupying. I mean, I had never faced that before, but I faced it at a time when I had extra time. I was at the end of my career, and I had plenty of time to spend with you. Far more I spent with you than with any other child, and I look forward to that. It was fun. It was productive, and it was just an integral part of my life, and that I enjoyed.
Mom had told me, and they show this in All the President's Men, when you're played by Jason Robards,
Yeah.
that you kind of had a real hard time trusting people. And not that you were mean or anything, but you just had a real hard time trusting people, and you weren't really good with that. And then when I came along, that all changed that for you. Do you think that's right?
Well, I don't know if I had a good time trusting people. That doesn't ring a particular bell with me. But you were the first and only child that I spent really 100% of my time with. The other children that I had, I was working late. I got home, they were in bed. I worked nights, and I worked hard all the time. So I spent a lot of time at work, and I was glad to do that because I think that's a good thing.
But were you doing that to provide for your family, or did you ever wish you could spend more time with your other children?
Oh, I'm sure I did. I'm
Yeah.
sure I did. But I had, I hadn't, quote, arrived in any sense. I didn't have it made. By the time I had you, I did have it made. I was at the top of my career, and I was, I had, I did have it made without boasting of anything. And it's also, if you have one child, you can devote all your time to that one child. I had 3 other children, and boom, 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 and so I was always dividing my time between children. I didn't have that with you, and I'm delighted.
So what do you think of me now?
I think you're the best, Quinn. I just think you are a wonderful kid, and I love the way you have faced your obstacles and looked them right in the eye and come out on top. I can't tell you how proud I am of you.
Did you share some of the same thoughts and feelings Mom had, and how did you work them together?
Well, we more than any other child, you preoccupied my life because there were no other children, to compete against. There were no. I can remember sitting on the sofa with other children and all talking and all wanting a piece of my attention, and that was complicated. You had to divvy up. I didn't have to do that with you. You got 100% of me and Mom, and I guess it worked out. It worked out great for me. I know that.
What do you have? Do you have any advice? And if you do, what advice do you have for other fathers who are raising children like me?
They should be so lucky as to have the time that I had, have the child that I have the mother that you have, and I just every day you've been on this earth, I've looked forward to it.